there was a request for a breakdown of drifting debris, so I'm gonna go ahead and attempt that. I'm really just winging it here, so it's nothing too big of a deal, and I have no idea how any of this audio stuff will wind up working. I'll go ahead and play it, and I'll probably sync the audio separately because you don't want to hear it through my speakers or whatever, because I'm bad at this. Anyway, I'll just let this play through. It's about 3-ish minutes. Yeah, so let's hear what it sounds like. Well, that was drifting debris. Might have heard some weird stuff in there. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and break that down. Should I have that muted the whole time? Oh well. I'm kind of gonna overdub this or do some Foley-ish kind of whatever, because I don't know how microphones work, man. So yeah, let's take a look at this. Well, we've got the piano part here. I actually performed this myself via MIDI, or at least the beginning, and I semi-performed the rest of it. But I'm a bad musician, so, you know. Yeah. So you can kind of see here it changes meters. Like you've got a 4/4 section and a 3/4 section, and that kind of adds to the chaos of the piece. Well, I mean, I tried, but whether or not success was achieved is, I guess, the viewer's discretion. Yeah, so there's that. So I've got some other kind of sound effects, like here in the 3/4 section. I believe that's a reverse piano. Here, yeah, this is a reverse piano sample. I think I got that one just from Ableton. Then you might have something like this for layering, which is... It's kind of the same thing, but with like different effects, I think. It's been like a month since I made this. I'm sorry. Yeah. So here's this part, and that's actually like a 8-bit or chiptune hi-hat. I'm not sure which thing. It was from some free sample pack that I found on the internet somewhere. But that's kind of the static in the background. If you listen to that, I've got some ping pong delay that comes in here and there. Let's see, is it on? It's not on there. And if you can kind of hear it reverberate. So that it kind of sounds like static, like you're having a hard time communicating, or like there's communication errors. So that's what I was going for here. Now we've got for something interesting. Well, let's go to utility first. Yeah, I've got a crazy amount of gain. What do you call it? Gain automation. That's what you call it. And I call these shenanigan hits. It's actually something I sampled myself. What I did was, when I was in high school, I would go to the practice room and I would put my foot down on the pedal for the piano that was in there, and I would just let go of it real fast, and it would you know, it would shoot up, and it would kind of make a noise. And yeah, that's what I kind of did for that, and it made this interesting hit, I guess you could call it. You know, kind of big sounding, echoey, and I added reverb and whatnot in Audacity and did some noise removal, whatever. I played around with it a bit, and I turned it into this. So and I kind of did some volume automation on it, so let's see what that sounds like. So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. It sounds almost like waves or wind, I thought. And, you know, it's just a lot of automation. And you can kind of hear the ping pong delay effect. yeah. So I thought that was pretty neat. That's a piano pedal, you know. There's interesting stuff you can do if you just play around with stuff. Just, you know, I'm tempted to like sample everything everywhere. Like I just hear some random noise, you know, on the street or whatever, and I'm like, I should have sampled that. Because, you know, you can use it. Just find noises and use them, you know? So I think I did something similar here. Yeah. See, what I'm doing here is I'm using a vocoder to kind of change the texture of the sound. And I'm not entirely sure what a vocoder is. I'm sorry, producers. You're going to be cringing a lot during this because I have no idea what I'm doing, really. But yeah, I thought it sounded pretty interesting. Added a nice layer, I guess you could call it. So then, naturally, you've got like the drums here. And these are kind of like the hits. You know, added an interesting kind of drama or theatrical effect to the piece. Then what we have here are some bowed metal samples. Now what bowed metal is, like maybe you take like a cymbal and then maybe a violin bow or a cello bow, you know, orchestral string bows, and you play the cymbal. And see, depending on like the cymbal size and everything, you'd get different pitches. But here I just use this broad range of different pitches to kind of mirror what the strings are doing. I'm going to go ahead and solo both of these and then play them. And you can hear more of the string mirroring here. Yikes, okay. Yeah. And I've got some of that at the end here. Well, that's dandy. Just inch it back up to where the others are. There we go. So yeah, that's kind of what I did there. You know, just to add some interesting kind of textures. And then obviously you've got the strings, because how can I make something without string parts? So that's what I've got going on there. I did all that string arrangement entirely in Ableton. Ableton, I don't know. I'm really just not sure of a lot of things, but yeah, this is the first actual complete-ish arrangement that I've done outside of Note Flight. And that's pretty cool. I mean, that's also probably the reason it's not as layered or complex, or maybe even, you could use the word thoughtful too. I just kind of wrote these out. I didn't tweak them. Well, I mean, I spent a lot of time tweaking them, obviously, because I'm a little bit out of my element still. and I probably will always be, you know. It's a learning curve that never stops curving. You can quote me if I don't know. Yeah. So that's the gist of it, and I might show some other things, like if you listen near the end here. You might have noticed like a little well, let's stop. Okay. You might notice this little kind of effect where the sound drops out. Now if I turn off the kind of fuzz, or whatever you want to call it, you'll notice that pretty much all the sound kind of cuts out right here about bar 95. And if I solo this, you can kind of hear what's going on there. Yeah, so I kind of did volume automation so that it cut out and came back in. And I thought that was a pretty neat effect. It's kind of like a glitch, I guess you could say. I don't know my terminology, so don't trust me on that. But, you know, that's something I did. And for the master, obviously, there's a limiter because my shenanigans here, I guess you could call them, because why not? Yeah, they're pretty loud, pretty noisy. So if I don't put a limiter there, it's just gonna destroy everyone's eardrums more so than they already might be doing. So I apologize for that. That's a formal apology from me. So yeah, I guess that's something. I'll fiddle around. That's kind of the melody. I'm probably going to edit this to make myself sound a lot more intelligent, like I know what I'm doing, but I don't know how much I'll actually be able to cover up. And again, I'm sorry for the bad microphone. I'm actually recording this on my iPod. I spent like hours trying to figure out how to do it on a Mac. Like there was this stuff called Soundflower and whatnot, and I kept trying to download it, but you can't find a decent download link, and then all the audio inputs and outputs, they're not doing what the internet tells me they're supposed to do, which probably means I'm doing it wrong. It's probably not the software. It's probably me. But yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, whatever you want to call it, tutorial or breakdown or something. If you want, you can subscribe. I don't recommend it. I think this channel is awful, man. Don't do it for your own health, I guess. Actually do, please. Please. No, okay, I'm kidding. Yeah, but if you liked the video, press like, I guess, and if you didn't like it, you can press the dislike button. I mean, that's an option too. I mean, there's probably going to be a few people who don't like this video. I'm willing to bet. But that's okay, you know, it's good to have differing opinions, even if it hurts my feelings. Yeah, yeah, but whatever, man, you know, just, yikes. Yeah, I'm bad at this, man. Well, yeah, stay tuned. I've got a few film scores actually coming up. You know, depending on how production goes, that's either going to be available soon or it's not. That's not very helpful, but yeah. This is my attempt at doing something, you know, more informative. And oh yeah, the strings down here. The strings down here are multi-sampled from Sonatina, and it's like a free orchestra library. It comes with a bunch of WAV files. And someone actually asked me how I did this once, so if people are interested, I can do a breakdown and show you how to make a poor man's library similar to what I did here. So if you're interested in the comments, just say, hey, Bryce, you know, you can do that thing. Also get a better microphone, you hippie, and, you know, Whatever. I'll do that. Get a haircut, Bryce. Never. I'm trying. I'm sorry. Yeah, so much of this is gonna get cut out. Hmm. Yeah, but if you like the strings, which I think are okay enough, they're not bad for a poor man's library. I'll give them that. Uh, yeah, so I might as well end it here. I sure hope I was recording. I'm recording this, right?